beginning of time, musicians have learned new material by observing, listening to, and imitating other musicians. In pre-literate times, it was the only way it could be done. But there's always been a need to abstract the sounds produced by an instrument into a notational form, a commonly understood system that would enable others who'd never heard the melody to understand what notes to play and how and when to play them. A single horizontal line was used to deal with the element of exact pitch, a method then standardized into 4 horizontal lines. The modern 5-line staff was first adopted in France, and its use became universal by the 16th century. Sometime in the 18th century, composers started writing instructions to perform in the time.
God may notice a sparrow's fall, but it's a non-event for everyone else. When a young musician dies, the world takes little notice. Life goes on. Brian Jones loved women, booze, music, drugs, dressing up, and every part of fame and being a star. He had loads of talent and little self-discipline. In the beginning, there was very little money. Life was a struggle for Brian, but I'm sure he had a lot of fun. I don't know how much he accomplished on his own terms, but for a time, he was at the toppermost of the poppermost, and he did put together a little band. They called it the Rolling Stones. On July 2nd, 1969, Brian was discovered dead in his swimming pool of what the coroner's jury called death by misadventure. He was 27 years old. Brian was buried in a silver and bronze metal casket flown in from the United States and paid for by his good friend Bob Dylan. In September of 1969, the Brian Jones Foundation was established. Its stated purpose was to protect the estate, preserve intact the memory, and advance the music that Brian loved.
My name is Harry Collins. I live in New York City in a tiny apartment over a restaurant off Times Square, for which I pay a fortune in rent every month. I look out my window, I can see the crowds and bright lights in the square. It never stops. Every year they raise the rent. Every year I swear I'm not going to pay the increase. Every year I do. Moving is too much trouble. As far as work goes, it varies. You could say I'm a problem solver. I'm on retainer. When they need something, they pay a rate for my time, plus expenses, plus a bonus when the problem goes away. One of the outfits I work for is the Brian Jones Foundation. I got a call from London. They needed me to look into a situation in Philadelphia. As soon as I could manage it, I got on a train out of Penn Station, 34th Street. It took me to Trenton. From there, I took another train to Philadelphia.
Everything began with a letter I wrote. My name is Pat Fitzpatrick. I do temp work for anybody who will hire me. Last week I was with a team doing inventory at a plumbing supply warehouse. The week before I was putting new phone books into plastic bags for delivery. Next week I have a line on a job cleaning junk out of an apartment building for the new owner. This week I don't have anything. I had a boyfriend until recently, when he was offered a good job in San Francisco. The day before he left, I baked a cake. Something came up and he didn't make it home for dinner. He called me once after his plane landed. That was 2 months ago. Late at night, sometimes I wonder about my life. What things would be like if I never wrote the letter.
Pat,
Yes?
you wrote a letter to the foundation.
What foundation? Oh, the foundation.
I called you.
I remember.
They sent me down to talk to you. Can I come in?
The house is a mess.
I don't care.
I do. I'll be right out. You came from England?
New York. Kind of breezy out here.
It's not that bad.
We'd be more comfortable inside.
This is fine.
You're not related.
That's not what my mother says.
Your mother doesn't know.
She was there. Who are you?
Harry Collins. I do the Foundation's East Coast work.
Is there a lot?
You're not related.
Who says?
We get 1 or 2 of these a year, every year.
Letters from Brian's kids?
From people wanting something for nothing.
What are you supposed to do here?
Settle, make it right. Make the problem go away.
They could have just ignored me.
They answer every letter.
I didn't get an answer. I got you.
They told me to deal with it. Are you sure you wouldn't rather do this inside?
I just want to know.
You're not related. Brian's not your father.
You said that. Since you're here, maybe you can give me a hand with something.
What is it?
The government gave me these. Can you help me out?
Why do you have 2?
The one they sent didn't work. I called and they sent another.
Does the new one work?
Not really.
Which is the new one?
Help me move this stuff. Do you think he knows what he's doing?
Knows what he's doing? I'd say no. I'd say he's making it up as he goes along. What's the problem?
It runs, but it's not right.
They liked your letter.
Did they? There, I made a couple of adjustments.
They were impressed. They said you did your homework. How many letters do you think they get a year?
I have no idea.
Take a guess. You know how many?
I don't know, 100?
2 or 3 in my territory, which is everything east of the Mississippi. Maybe more out west, I can't say. And could be 10 a year in England.
Wow. Seems like my daddy was a busy man.
Most don't take the trouble. They make impossible claims. I tell them we're going to have them arrested for attempted fraud.
You're going to have me arrested?
No.
Look, could you give me a hand with this?
I don't know much about these things.
You know more than me. Start it up. Push that green button. Push the red button! There's some adjustments. You'll need these.
What if I break it?
That's okay. I can't use it the way it is.
I'll try one of the adjustments. I'm going to do the other adjustment. That's the best I can do.
Sounds great. You're a miracle worker. Did he tell you what the boxes were supposed to be?
Yes, he did.
That's really great. I'm really grateful.
Could I have a glass of water?
Sure.
Can we talk inside?
Not really. I'll get the water. You really helped me, thank you.
Just luck. Your mother was one of
She
the...
still is. She lives about a mile away. You could talk to her if you want.
She and Bob Earnhardt, they spent time at Brian's.
They lived there for a while. Brian didn't like to be alone. He couldn't stand being by himself.
It's possible. Folks at the foundation say it could have happened.
Could have?
There's no way of knowing.
What about DNA?
Nobody's digging Brian up. We've got to go with what we've got. Brian could be your father.
So I'll never know. Did he keep a diary?
If he did, nobody ever found it. Anyway, here's what happens now. After you sign a piece of paper, I give you a check for $1,500.
What's the money for?
That's for renouncing all claims on the estate. It's a good deal.
Not a lot of money.
It's what we pay. You want more, you spend a lot. Take us to court and get nothing. We've never lost.
I don't want the money.
That's all there is. You can't get any more.
I'll sign your paper, but I won't take the money. I just wanted to know about my father.
Might be Brian, or Bob Earnhardt, or somebody else. Things were pretty free in those days. Why won't you take the money?
I don't know.
Take the check.
Have a good trip back. Thanks for helping me get that thing going.
Thanks for the water. Could I call you sometime?
What for?
I don't know. Just to see how things are going.
I wish you would.